Welcome, everyone. I'm Kathy Poocher, the Executive Director of Entrepreneurship Initiatives here at SDSU. And welcome to the Chinyeh Hostler Social Venture Challenge. This is our second year of doing it, and it's fabulous to see all of you here supporting the competition. And all of this is made possible by the support of Chinyeh Hostler, who has joined us in the audience. And we'll be meeting her and hearing from her later during the award ceremony. So what can you expect today? Well, first and foremost, what's new this year is SDSU is joined by 4 other fabulous Southern California campuses to compete in this competition. 9 teams from Miramar College, Cal State University San Marcos, Cal State University Fullerton, Point Loma Nazarene, and heck, why not, SDSU. So one thing you should know about this challenge is the finalists are all in the very early stage of their entrepreneurial journeys as it relates to their ideas. So this is an ideation challenge. They may or may not have started a prototype, and there's definitely no revenue. So very early stage. So once I'm done, I will hand it off, and we have the 9 finalists presenting. They're going to present for 5 minutes. And then 3 minutes of Q&A. And the Q&A is limited to the judges. And I'll introduce you to them in a moment. While the judges deliberate and make these very important decisions, we will have some entertainment from SDSU's very own incubator. We'll have some quick pitches and some audience participation. Then we'll have the award ceremony, closing remarks, and then move to the reception. We have a reception directly following the event that we hope you will all join us at from 5 to 6, light appetizers and refreshments. And it's a time to mingle with the teams and the finalists and get to know them better. So what prizes are there today? So again, with the generosity of Chinyeh Hostler, we're able to present $37,000 of cash prizes. We have a first, second, and third. We also have the opportunity to win greatest social impact, most innovative solution, best presentation, and thanks to your vote, audience vote. I would like the judges to stand up and wave as I call them out. We have 5 judges that have volunteered their time to help us with these important decisions. So first, Larry Peterson, Tracy Stevens, Kathy Stiefel, Josh Sumner, and Carl Nettleton. Okay, the judging criteria. So remember, this is important for you because you're going to be involved in an audience vote, but this is the criteria that the judges will use when they're evaluating the pitches. Overall pitch, the significance of the problem, several aspects of the solution, the impact, the feasibility, innovation, business model, and use of funds. All right. With that, we are going to start the roll of calling up the different teams. And I will go ahead and hand, oh, you have your mic. I'll give you the clicker. So come on up. And let's give them a big hand of applause. They're going first. Just happen.
Hello, everybody. My name's Roy, and I'm a recovering aquaholic. So, along with my partners, Ben, Stephanie, and Anthony, we decided to hit California water issues right on the head. And I'm going to explain that in 1 second here. What's the California problem? Well, we've got 39 million people and a water infrastructure that serves about half of us. We've got overusage every day and water abuse that we see every day as well. We've got $625 million in water infrastructure funding, and hardly anybody even knows about it. So what was our solution? We wanted to get a consumer level product that was easy to use, Bluetooth enabled, and controlled flow. Our goals with this product was easy to install, non-invasive, smart device controlled, customizable, low cost, that reduces consumption, as well as changes the perception of everybody that's involved. Our proof, our team of engineers, they worked with a group called Journeyman International out in Sun Tzu Village, Rwanda. They have a growing population. They've got inadequate water infrastructure. We taught them how to distribute, store, and consume water. Thus, we kind of changed the whole perception of a whole village, which was phenomenal. We're going to show you our applications today. We're going to go over our consumer application today, mainly, and we also can apply this towards municipalities, state levels, and third worlds. So what was our inspiration? This is our group in Sun Tzu Village. Look at all those smiles. Once you teach them how to change a water perception, they smile a lot. So we took the blue ocean approach in our methodology. We looked at lawns, pools, because they consume the most water initially. Pools got coverings that stop evaporation. Lawns have drip lines that people have addressed. Toilets used to flow 4.5 gallons per flush. Now they flow under 1 gallon with dual purpose tanks. And then we looked at showers. Well, it used to be that 2.5 gallon flow rate, now converted down to about 1.8 gallons. We stopped right there because that doesn't solve the solution, right? We decided, let's take everything else right on the head. 39 million people in California. There's 25 million average daily showers taken at an 8.8 minute average shower, which is above the 8.2 national shower, and a 1.8 gallon flow per minute. That's about 15.5 gallons you're using every shower, which equates to about 396 million gallons per day and 144 billion gallons annually. Our goal was to reduce to 5. If you take your 8.8 minute shower down to 5 minutes, you can change that water consumption to 225 million gallons per day and 82 billion gallons per year. That's an approximate 45% savings. So where do you fit on this chart? Well, if you have kids, you're probably going to see the 20-minute mark, right? So if you can reduce your shower by 3 minutes, that's about a 2,000 gallon annual savings. Introducing the AquaSmart adapter. What is it? It's a smart-enabled, personalized, customized, non-invasive, and easy to install Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, voice-activated, flow control by one device that can be customized for each user. It controls timing instantly with monitoring. With this product, you'll spend about $70 for a family of 3 for your showers each year. Without our product, it's going to be $121 annually for that family of 3. That's a $52 savings and a phenomenal ROI. Who's our customer? Well, age 8 to infinity. Once you start taking showers, you're our customer. We want to target housing unit owners and homeowners as well. We also want to reduce showers to 5 minutes comfortably, not to give shock to everybody. Our value proposition is water savings, reducing bills, saving the environment, customization via connection, and easy installation. And our business model is direct to consumers, retail distribution, and we're going to use a state rebate and utilities with an $18 cost and a $40 retail price. Shower Boss is our direct competitor. All of these, we took a component of each one of them. We've got multiple applications and we're non-invasive. That's what makes us better. What are we going to do with our winnings if you see it our way? We're going to implement in Sun Tzu Village, and we're going to make a lot of very happy faces be even more happier. Thank you. And I'm going to invite Ben up as well for our questions.
The judges.
Yeah, so great presentation. First question for you, and a lot of these competitors I'm pretty familiar with, they struggle with actual adoption, or, someone does install it and then they don't follow through with it, they end up taking it out. So how are you actually going to get over that customer hurdle? Like what is your value proposition that's actually going to kind of move this past just purpose driven into actual return?
So for some of it, so we were gonna have some user competitions. So say each family of 3. So we're gonna have an app that's gonna keep track of all the water saved. And we were gonna have incentives to get them to kind of compete with each other to help them make it seem more enjoyable while they're saving the water.
Gamify.
Maybe I missed it, but what is the average gallons per minute typically versus what you guys are going to produce?
The average gallon per minute is going to be the same. It's 1.8 gallons per minute. We're just reducing the timing on the shower to have a comfortable shower, not overhydrate.
As far as the cost, you kind of hinted at a rebate. Is it likely that the municipality would pay all or part of the cost of this for an installation?
So we were looking at somewhere between a $15 rebate and a $25 rebate, very much like when shower heads first came out. Many utilities live down in Orange County. So Anaheim has so many rebates for different appliances. That's what we were going for with this.
I have a question. You said your customers were age 8 to infinity.
Yeah.
Who's actually buying the shower head?
That is a good point. Housing unit owners, people who own homes, people who are conscious about sustaining the future and saving water. So the 8 are the people who are taking the showers. So yeah, they probably wouldn't buy it so much unless their parents see sustainability in getting them out of a 15, 20-minute shower.
Did you talk to any of those target customers in customer interviews or other research?
We have. As a matter of fact, I had a couple of interviews just yesterday at a natural food show, and the dads that I talked to were like, this is phenomenal. My kids take literally 20-minute showers. If I could sit downstairs without having to scream to them every day, I would just shut it off.
Touch.
Thank you.
Clicker, 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 clicker. Up Skywell.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alicia Bermia,
And I'm Scott Canizales.
and today we'll be presenting our company, Skywell. So this is a little bit about us. So Skywell, we believe in the transformative power of bold ideas. And we also are very passionate about enhancing and increasing the water resource that's within the San Diego area. All right, so the water challenges that we are aiming to target are those 3 that's listed on there. So in terms of cost of imported water, all right, in 2022, San Diego spent $536 million on water to be imported. By the year 2023, that increased to $556 million to import water. That goes to our next issue, which is limited water resources. About 85 to 90% of our water is actually imported into San Diego to utilize amongst the citizens here. That also goes to our next issue, the climate variability. There is variations in terms of weather and rainfall. So that's the issue we are specifically targeting.
So a little bit about what we do. Our solution here at Skywell is something harnessing the use of cloud seeding. Now, for those that don't know what cloud seeding is cloud seeding is using a vehicle, well, under our model is going to be an airplane, to release sodium particles into already existing clouds to increase the amount of precipitation, and included in our service is going to be targeted towards water reservoirs. We're aiming to achieve a 25% average increase on water reservoirs to be successful. Our solutions to our service is threefold. So we do offer meteoritic tracking, which is weather tracking through a software device. This will include both present analytics and also future predictive analytics, sodium chloride production rather than silver iodide used in other resources, and also aviation release into the atmosphere. Our business model is going to be a subscription payment option. So that's going to mean that water reservoirs are going to be paying monthly to our company, and we're going to be servicing the San Diego County region. We're also vertically integrated, and we're responsibly sourcing our sodium chloride, and we're also more eco-friendly than the alternative uses of silver iodide. In addition to that, our service provides consulting and emergency drought services, and we're B2B only, selling only to state and federal agencies.
So in terms of market size, okay, 90,000 dams exist within the United States. California specifically, we have 1,300 reservoirs, but our company is actually targeting San Diego specifically. We want to target the 24 reservoirs to utilize our cloud seeding services too. Additionally, one of the things we also want to talk about in terms of market is the profitability of cloud seeding. In 2021, the value of cloud seeding was actually 120 million. And by 2030, it is projected to increase to be a value of increase of 5.2%.
Some of our early adopters here locally in San Diego is going to be the City of San Diego. It's going to be the San Diego County Water Authority, who manages our water. In addition to that, it's going to be the EPA, which is on a federal level, also regulating this water resource. And of course, agriculture communities here in San Diego locally. Getting a look at our competitive landscape, we have two main rivals that are in the same space as us. We have RHS Consulting, which is a Nevada-based company that focuses its resources on recreation. Snow Hydro is an Australian company that does the same. Skywell is the only company here based in San Diego that focuses on the common good, which is the reservoirs. We're the only company with a subscription-based model and offer predictive analytics. The use of funds are going to be centralized in three different places: our equipment to lease an airplane, to pay for sodium chloride, and to pay for our fuel, but also for the sales and marketing, and also the GPS AI software and database management to help us be successful in tracking our analytics.
And that is it for us, Skywell. We are open now to questions.
Thank you.
Just
Have you analyzed the cloud capacity in the region to understand what seeding might be able to generate?
So that has been difficult because there's no such real tracking of that data. We've tried to look into it. So what we're hoping to do is really create a software that will give us that data to utilize both in the present and also in the future.
But what we do have is the data that we do have in terms of it increasing is on average those countries that are currently utilizing it, there is a 10% increase in precipitation.
And have you had discussions with your early adopters?
Not at this time.
I got a question kind of around funding. So these customers obviously live off of certain categorical investments that they can make, right? Do you guys know which areas that you guys can actually attack within the state and federal agencies that you would be working with?
So there's nobody actually doing this right now at this time. So as far as the opportunity, I think that we could really attack all 20 areas here in San Diego locally.
You just mentioned that the companies that are doing this now are getting about a 10% increase, and at the beginning you talked about a 25% goal. Where's that number coming from? What are you basing that on?
So Nevada is in an area with a different climate. I think that the opportunity here in San Diego is a little bit different. We have more clouds to work with. And even though the rain cycles are a little bit different, I think that we have a better opportunity in attacking that because of where we're situated.
What about the proprietary seating? Like,
So
Yeah.
right now, it's really just a technology. There's no real ownership of it. I think that if we approach it in an organic way by utilizing the sodium rather than the iodine, I think that we have an opportunity to really gain buy-in on its eco-friendliness.
Yeah, I was kind of building on that. I was wondering if there are any barriers to entry that would stop competitors that just have money to come into this space.
Yeah, I would say just more regulatory more than anything else. I mean, like AI, I mean, this is really, it's an open idea. So, I mean, at some point, I think it's going to get complicated in terms of the regulatory factor. But if you adopt this technology early, I think that, you know, you'll have more to work with later on to take on those challenges.
And also there's actually been some studies in the UAE, China as well, that has successfully utilized the cloud seeding opportunity. So a lot of the stats can be pulled from that information and how successful it has been out in there, especially UAE.
Okay, this is a two-part question. One is, so you'll be cloud sitting over reservoirs, I take it, right?
Yes, over reservoirs,
Okay,
correct.
and you would do it on demand, so when there were clouds, you would send up your plane to seed?
Yes, and the whole point of the software component is to start kind of predicting based on cycles and patterns to kind of get ahead of the.
Historical,
Sorry?
like historical cycles and patterns?
Yes, exactly. And also, you know, utilizing, you know, the data from today to help out with tomorrow. And that would kind of give us a head start on reaching those areas
Okay,
and preparing.
sorry, we're out of time. I'm sorry. Thank you, though. Can I have the clicker? Thank you. Okay, hey, High Tide AI, come on up.
We believe to truly make an impact in water conservation, we must ingrain the concept of mindful water usage into the brains of our users in a fun and productive way. We are High Tide AI. Hi, everyone. My name is Calvin Nguyen. As a techie at heart, a self-proclaimed data nerd, and someone who enjoys to improve the welfare and happiness of my community, I chose to embark on this journey of water conservation as co-founder of High Tide.
Hi, my name is An Pham, and I'm also a co-founder at High Tide AI. I have 40 years of experience in surfing, wildlife conservation, and I'm a lifelong nature nut. Our business team consists of my amazing professor, Tanya Hertz, and amazing teacher, Angela Merkins at the Rec Innovation Lab at San Diego Miramar College. So the problem that we face today as a species is we are running out of water. Less than 1% of the fresh water around the globe is fit for human consumption, represented by the blue bubble. But that little blue bubble is how much is available to us as Americans, which is a scary situation we're in. Because water is life to all living things, of course, but in humans, 1/3 of our population live in water-stressed areas. That's 2.6 billion people. But in places like California, 95% of the water that enters our homes goes down the drain or wasted. How? Water balloon fights, ice bucket challenge, slip and slides. But brushing your teeth with the faucet on for 5 minutes while the faucet's running makes a huge impact on our water supply. And it's okay, we get it. This wasteful mentality just stems from an ignorance that water is abundant, it's cheap, and will never run out, right? But that just stems from a lack of education about how scarce water really is here at home. So how do we allow millions of Californians to participate in saving water? Our answer is the TAP app, powered by High Tide AI. The same way apps can track your cholesterol level or how many miles you rode on your bike on Maui. And I'm sure we all have that one friend. I walked 19,000 steps at work today. And oh my God, girl, that's so inspiring. So the same way, TAP app has gamified saving water in a fun, rewarding way using AI technology to help educate the public on how to conserve water, reward them for doing so on our Fun app. So the residential, business, and agriculture collectively spent $57 billion on water services last year, while Californians in that sector sector spent $18 billion. But over the next 4 years, we can capture up to 1% of that California market, or $180 million, using San Diego as our beachhead, with aspirations to build conversations with our local water authorities on partnering.
In addition to all of our amazing features we have here, our core offering is in gamification. In our research, we found that people will love to compete against their neighbors to see who can save the most water. Our early adopters are earth-conscious, middle-income, mindful water users who own homes, businesses, and farms. It's a huge potential market. We have a freemium business model downloadable through our app store or website. Users who subscribe are incentivized with utility tax credit, government discounts, or even water-saving devices, because the more water you save, the bigger the reward. We beat the competition in innovative technology, sustainability focus, customer base, and social impact. We live in a data-driven economy, an emerging AI-driven world. There's a paradigm in AI known as deep learning, which specifically focuses upon creating models based on the human brain to achieve efficient operations. And with Tap App, it can help Earth save its precious water by sharing data to users. We will use the prize money to aid our back-end business development and purchase equipment for our businesses. As the saying goes, the best way to predict the future is to create it. With generative AI holds immense promise for water management, so let's steer towards a future where clean water flows abundantly, powered by responsible technology.
So please connect with us, invest in us, because together we can save this precious commodity one drop at a time. For Calvin DeWin, I'm On Fam, and together we are High Tide AI. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, questions from judges?
So are you seeing that? I liked it.
Thank you.
Are you seeing this as a residential only model, or could it be expanded somehow to commercial uses?
Yes, we target the residential, business, and agriculture. Agriculture is the most wasteful, but along with the mom and pop slip and slide, we also are aiming at large industry and agriculture.
Thank you for that question.
How many of the homes in California have the infrastructure to enable you to see usage, or how much would you have to supplement to be able to get that data? Do you know?
Excuse you, can you please repeat that question one more
Sure.
time?
Of the homes, the residential homes in
Yes, ma'am.
California, I don't have any sense of how many already have infrastructure that allow you to see usage that you can tie into through an API or something and then put gamification on top
Yes.
versus ones that they don't have that level of detail already.
So we comprise the app to not only be paired up with water monitoring systems, home solutions, or even little water sensor data, but you're able to, since we'll be partnering up with the San Diego water authorities, we would be implementing that data into the app and given without having to have all of the necessary technology.
Great. So all the homes in San Diego are equipped to
If
allow
you
to plug
if
in.
you get a water bill, you're our target.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you for that question.
How are homeowners saving water now, or how are they monitoring their in-home usage?
Thank you for that question. It's a great question. The current homeowners right now are purchasing water sensor devices or even the modern home whole monitoring solutions, or even doing drip tests within themselves. But with our app also includes consistent data that they can pair along with other data to make a more accurate measurement. Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I could have the clicker. All right, our next team. AgroSpike.
Welcome to the irrigation of the future. Welcome to AgroSpike.
Irrigated land accounts for 20% of the total land used for agriculture, but it supports 40% of the world's global food and animal feed output. At the same time, 78% of the world's poor is dependent on agriculture and could benefit from new sustainable irrigation practices.
But why does that matter? We'll get to that in a second. First, let's introduce ourselves. We're a diverse team of women engineers from here, San Diego State University, with 10 years of experience and design and innovative solutions.
My name is Amelia Eligard, and I'm the founder of AgroSpike.
My name is Aliza Siddiqui, and I'm the lead of research and development.
And our partner, Anna Burton, is lead of marketing and design. Did you know that it takes 3.2 gallons of water to grow a single almond? That stated, it should come as no surprise that the almond industry is under threat. In 2022 alone, they exported $4.5 billion worth of almonds. That is 80% of the world's total almond supply. They also use 35 times the amount of water as all of the residents of Sacramento.
Wait a second, Sacramento? We want to introduce you to our friend Joe from the Central Valley. Why don't you take a step in his shoes and hear his story? Joe is a businessman, but at heart, he's a farmer. He practices, sadly, deficit irrigation, which is basically when you provide your crops less water in order to try and save that water. And due to water scarcity issues nowadays, he's been forced to make employee cuts due to water prices rising and worker wages rising. So he wants to maximize his crop yield and wants to save water. If I was Joe, I'd be pretty irrigated. Thank you. So what's the solution for him, Amelia?
The solution is AgroSpike. It is a demand-based irrigation system that both regulates and optimizes the delivery of water to plants. Our system increases crop yield, preserves water resources, and delivers water on the plant level. It does so by utilizing a hygroscopic core. It acts much like a sponge. As the soil becomes saturated with water, our hygroscopic core will expand, closing the valve and restricting the flow of water. When the soil dries, much like a sponge, the core will contract, opening the valve and allowing water to flow. We know our system works because it is tested, proven, and scalable. We have tested various core materials, ranging from plastics to organics, which are backed by years of scientific research. We can scale into these more sustainable core options by looking into hemp fiber composites as well.
So is Joe only our market? No, I'm so glad you asked. So with over 2 million farms in America, 9,000 of them being almond farms and 7,600 of them being right here in California, AgroSpike hopes to reach 10% of almond farms in the next 5 years. But we hope to also increase crop yield percentage by 25% per 10 acres and save 2.85 million gallons of water per those 10 acres.
Looking at the competitive market, AgroSpike has no direct competitors for a plant-based precision company. We will, however, be competing with companies such as AquaSpy and CropX. They use sensors and data acquisition to monitor on the block or the 10-acre level. Compared to these companies, we have the lowest product cost, the largest yield increase, and a very long service life.
Touching on our business model, we hope to price each spike at $2.25. With one block being 10 acres, the price would come out to be $1,800. As mentioned before, we have a service life of 5 years, but the best value we offer our customers is our 25% crop yield increase. Looking 5 years ahead into the future, AgroSpike hopes to reach 760 farms in California, have at least 2 partners to have market recognition, and save, wait for it, 255 billion gallons of water.
Once we acquire the funding for AgroSpike, we will invest the money directly back into the business by creating a market-ready prototype very similar to the model I'm holding right now. We will also research and develop these core materials, looking into hemp fiber composites and other alternatives.
We hope you invest in the irrigation of the future. Thank you.
Questions from the judges?
Yeah, I just want to start a little bit more, I guess, into the unit economics. How much does it cost to build and manufacture that? And then is the only on the revenue side, so it's 225 per spike, and that's the only revenue you're collecting?
So our cost is $2.25 per spike, and we estimate that to manufacture a spike, it will cost roughly 75 cents. Additionally, since our product has a service life of 5 years, and that's related to our organic core material, we will get income coming in every 5 years as customers replace their inner cores.
Also, because they will be buying in bulk, but based off of that block, which is 10 acres, they would require more spikes based off of that, which will be how we generate that revenue.
Great job. Can you tell me how you got to the 25% crop increase, yield increase?
Of course, thank you. So the way that our product works is that we monitor on the plant level. Our competitors, AquaSpy and CropX, monitor on the block level. Their current research and product estimates are of a 20% crop yield increase. Since we are monitoring on the plant level, we will both increase the plant health and reduce cases of overwatering and underwatering, which will create a happier plant, more crop yield, and then we're estimating at a 25% increase.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What kind of focus groups have you done with the farmers? They're historically very hard to change their ways on things like this.
That is very true. So as we get into the market, we hope to go to those small farms, the family farms, less than 100 acres. They're the ones that are struggling the most as they don't have hedge funds to help benefit them get the water resources, and they are at risk of losing their land and losing their revenue. We want to go to them, give them our product, and get feedback directly from them so we can work with larger farms in the future.
Did you put an analysis in on how much it costs to convert whatever their system is now to per acre or per half mile, let's say, with your system? Because that's obviously an upfront cost for them.
Yeah, so our system adapts directly into the existing irrigation systems. So you'll notice on each end of the spike, there is a point where the irrigation tube can enter. And so you just cut your irrigation drip line, adapt our spike, and then enter it in. So that'll be $1,800 for a 10-acre block.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, our next team up, Delu Water Services. Woo!
As we all know, water is vital for all life. That is why we at Team Delu are passionate about solving water-related issues. I'm Greg Doss.
Hi, I'm Kelly Figueroa,
And
we are Delu.
Now, with over a decade of experience in the water industry and with education, I have personally witnessed family members fall ill to contaminated water. This is why I'm so passionate about solving water-related issues here in Southern California.
I too am passionate about solving water-related issues right here in my hometown. After spending 6 years abroad in Brazil, I learned firsthand the importance of water scarcity and clean water. Here we have an amazing team. We have a list of advisors from Cuyamaca College and Miramar College.
Now, does anyone know what a backflow preventer is? Well, if you get a water bill, you need and have a backflow preventer. Delu Water Services are here to help homeowners stay compliant with the latest legislative law. Now, as you can see here, this is a backflow preventer. The city of San Diego, or whatever agency you live in, distributes clean potable water to your residential areas or to your home. If that backflow preventer is not present or is faulty for any reason, contaminants will flow back into the public water system, thus threatening the lives of many.
Just last year in Imperial Beach, there was a water advisory, boil water advisory, where 64% of the population had contaminated water. 32% was Black and Hispanic communities. Now, the problem doesn't only lie within the 30% of pollutants that come from storm runoff. Also, homeowners are not aware of what a backflow preventer is, let alone their legal obligations.
The backflow devices that are approved by the state public health department shall be tested and annually inspected by a certified individual like myself.
How many of you are homeowners? Great, you are our target market. Now, we recently spoke to the city of San Diego, and we were informed that if homeowners are not in compliance with backflow preventers annually, they are at risk of getting their water terminated. So Duluth Water Service is here to prevent that from happening.
Yes, yes, we are. This is our market size. And just last year in America, $56 billion was used for water servicing. Here in California, $19 billion was used for water servicing. Now, Duluth, within the next 5 years, plans on capturing just 1% of the available market. That leaves us with about $190 million. Now, as Kelly mentioned yesterday, we spoke with the city of San Diego, and we asked a bunch of questions throughout the years and did a whole lot of customer analysis, and we came up with this prototype. This prototype offers customers, or the average homeowners, availability to find inspection dates, get water education, and submit easy-to-use application, submit their reports to the city of San Diego or whatever agency that they belong to. Here, we see our competitive analysis. We see the local, regional, and national competition. And clearly, Duluth Water Services is your best option for your immediate backflow servicing needs.
Now, here we have our business model, where it's subscription-based, pay per use, where it allows customers to do a one-time use, annually, or semi-annually.
Now, we plan on using these funds for product development, marketing, sales, research development, etc. So please find us by using this QR code and find more information about us. And
thank you very much
for your time.
Thank you. You almost tripped over this like 3 times. Sorry, I'm a mom. I've got questions from the judges.
Yeah, I got one. And great presentation. I might not have put this together perfectly, but so it sounds like the business model is on the homeowner, the consumer themselves.
Yes,
But
yes.
the savings and the value are really the city that stops the prevention of these contaminants. So like, why me as a homeowner? Why would I?
So thank you. That's a really great question. The reason why you care as a homeowner is because, as Kelly mentioned earlier, the city of San Diego is no longer giving out these citations for thousands of dollars. We're just terminating your water on spot. So you could have elderly, you could have a child at home, you could have necessities that are going on. And when we find a risk, we cut it off.
Could you explain the $190 million revenue stream you described?
Yes, yes, for sure. So the 190 million revenue that we anticipate to catch within the next 5 years, that is due to us growing and expanding as far as using a lot of the services that we would use as far as reaching out to all the different agencies, the 24 different agencies in California here, or even growing beyond that to the state of Nevada.
Hi, how many backflow issues happen in San Diego County in a year?
So typically, as I stated earlier, there is about 1/3 of California within the San Diego County. About 1/3 of San Diego County is at risk of getting their water terminated. So the rough estimate is about 30%, but it would be 30% of I forget the total population of San Diego County.
500,000.
Is it? Yeah, 500,000 or
more
something
than
like
that.
that. Yeah.
How will you scale? So if you, let's say you're serving San Diego, is this an issue outside of our city?
This is the issue according to the United States of America. I mean, there was Clean Air, Clean Water Acts that were passed. According to legislative law, Title 21 and 22, we have to follow these codes and regulations as far as making sure that we prevent contaminants from happening. As we've seen in plenty cities, Flint, Michigan was one of them. Not exactly like this, but we do want to tighten up on our policies.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll take the clicker. Oh. Okay, Chloro Boost is next.
Hello, San Diego. We all heard about water, but you are wondering, why do we talk about a fertilizer? My name is Kanav. I'm the founder and innovator of this technology, and my incredible team is here in the audience with us. So now let's focus on the problem. Do you know that 40% of all the water consumed is in agriculture? Looking here in the map of San Diego, you can look where the water is consumed the most. And this is also the areas heavily infested in agriculture. And yes, all kinds of water consume, all kind of agriculture consume water. So how do we do it? Simply by increasing water retention in soil that is then slowly discharged back to the plants and reducing evaporation. Hence, you improve soil quality over time and reduce water consumption through irrigation. But that's not all. Traditional fertilizers usually have a big problem. They are heavily made of chemicals and synthetic and inorganic chemicals. And then what happens is they pollute your air and seep through your soil and contaminate your water. That's how you get heavy minerals in your water. Not only that, Chlorboost can be made simply by using harvested rainwater. Hard water, it tolerates salinity, and it also purifies your water runoff. So you are growing your fertilizer while improving water quality. But the best thing is it fights climate change by sequestration of carbon dioxide in the growth phase. It brings the farming carbon negative. Now let's see what it is. It's a proprietary blend of algae, fungi, and bacteria. It improves soil quality naturally over time. And not only that, it improves the whole ecosystem of your farming. And we do it by personalizing the culture for the soil. We send the culture straight to the farmer. The farmer cultivates it in the farming ecosystem easily in a water pit or a water reservoir. Discharge that through hose or water canals. Then under the sun, it gets dry, disintegrates, and mixed in the soil, and your field is ready for farming. And how do we stand out against competitors? Well, it's light logistics. So you can send it anywhere around the world. It's up to the farmer. It's very affordable since the farmer is growing it. They don't have to pay a huge subscription every time they purchase fertilizer. And the best thing is, since it's a carbon negative, they can sell carbon credits. So it's empowering farmers in the process. The global market for organic agriculture fertilizer, it's about $10 billion. We are looking for the domestic market of $2 billion, and we plan to reach at least 1% of that in the next 5 years. The market is growing very fast at a 10% rate. And this is our 2-year action plan. We plan to conduct a pilot study learn from that, adapt our formula, and then launch to the regional partners in the next 2 years. And then slowly from there, we will expand globally. And our early adopters gonna be farms, community gardens, seaside parks that have high salinity, and landscape that are barren, because this fertilizer improves soil over time and thus make it fertile. So for this pilot study, we need funds for operations, for supplies, and to see where it goes. So ChloroBoost, we save water, we prevent contamination, we reuse recycled water, we fight climate change, improve hydrocycle, we empower farmers, make our ecosystem safe, and not only that, the food you eat is non-toxic. Thank you very much. We hope for your support in bringing it.
Thank you. Judges?
Thank you. That's super interesting. Can you tell us where the idea for this came from?
So back in India, I used to have plants and a garden, and I used to see every monsoon, it used to get flooded, and then the algae would grow in it naturally, and then a lot of seeds would germinate. So when I traveled to Kansas a few years ago, I lived there and I saw the problem farmers had. They had to have a heavy logistic of fertilizer, and over time their land would just become barren, and they don't know how to solve it. So I was thinking of, why not we use the natural product and improve the soil like it used to be?
I have a three-part question, if you could. How long does it take to grow the culture? How much big of a tank do you need per acre, volume per acre? And then could you tell a little bit about the carbon credit opportunity?
Yes, so most of the farms, they already have a water tank or water reservoir. They can grow it there. It normally takes about 2 weeks to get to a mature phase, and then they can just release it through the regular water stream or water canal they have.
The carbon credit opportunity?
Yes, so based on the number of acres they are using our fertilizer in, they can then sell that carbon credits directly with the partners.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I understand how the organic fertilizer part works, but I don't know how that interrelates with water usage. How do you keep somebody from using the same amount of water with a different fertilizer?
So normally what happens is when you use the irrigation system, the water will just run through the ground and evaporate, and that's a big problem. So what biofertilizer do is it retains the water in the soil surface and then slowly discharge it so the plants can get it for a longer time, extended release, and it also reduces evaporation.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, Aqua Smart Living.
Hello, everybody. We are from Cal State Fullerton, and we would like to introduce you to our social venture, Aqua Smart Living. We would like to introduce our team first. My name is Nicole.
My name is Trinity.
And my name is Tiffany.
When researching the problem in California, we noticed about half of all of SoCal's water use is wasted on landscaping. In addition, about 70% of water use inside of the home can be completely eradicated simply by people switching to water efficient appliances. We can see the impact of this by looking at the highest use city, Santa Fe, at 584 gallons per capita per day, and the lowest use of Santa Cruz at 45 gallons per capita per day. If we can target people's usage on the individual level, we can make a huge difference in how much water is used each day. With existing initiatives and apps on market currently, we can see that we have people offering notifications on any leakages in your appliances and your pipes, things like that, differences in water usage from month to month, as well as allowing people to turn off water use remotely. However, there's nothing on market providing a targeted roadmap for people to effectively and efficiently change their water appliances to become more effective and efficient.
Existing apps are significantly inadequate in addressing the water shortage in California, which is where our solution, AquaSmart Living, comes in. AquaSmart Living is an app that is designed to empower Southern California communities to save more water through two main strategies. First, by tracking water consumption. Users will be able to input their water bill directly into the app and track changes in consumption over time. Additionally, we plan on partnering with local water districts so that users will be able to compare their average household usage with other households in the area. This resource will help our users to save more water as well as show them the positive impacts of improved habits. Now, what's really going to differentiate AquaSmart Living from other apps is our second strategy, advertising partnerships with eco-friendly brands. These partnerships will not only serve as a source of revenue for our company, but will also introduce water-efficient appliances to our users. Users will be able to input the types of water appliances they're currently using right now at home and receive personalized recommendations for more efficient appliances that will reduce their water usage and their water bill. Now we'll go into explaining AquaSmart's Living funding and finances.
Now that we have a deeper understanding into what AquaSmart Living represents, we can dive a little deeper into our financial aspect. We did take the time to create a stakeholder map that accurately overviews our current and future potential investors. As of right now, we are going to focus on impact investors to help us launch the app smoothly. And we will also target in our early development stage, certain users such as small businesses and obviously any range of household that we have. Our expansion will consist of spreading awareness through community education programs and also future clients such as corporations who would like to mitigate their water costs. Our initial development for AquaSmart Living will be very, very heavily appreciated for the $15,000 award. It will help us smoothly and efficiently launch a prototype app. But we also will very much focus on finding and marketing to impact investors and also our advertising partnerships, putting a little bit of revenue to have a total of about $55,000. Our initial expenses, of course, are going to focus on developing an AI software that will efficiently help our users navigate our app, as well as being able to go through the app very purposefully as well as some of the other operating expenses that should be about $32,000. Our ongoing expenses should be quite low, which will help us in the long run. Once an app is developed and sustained and gratefully exampled, we will be able to make sure that our profit continues to grow. We will also build into other additional revenue streams, such as corporate consulting. And we also want to point to the chart. We do expect to break even in 2025, so within a year. And after 2026 and on, we do anticipate making net profit. None of this would be possible without the ongoing efforts from all of our teammates.
We've designed AquaSmart Living to be an adequate resource by focusing on 3 key points: accessibility, outreach, and sustainability. This will help our communities combat issues with household water waste as well as consumption inefficiencies. However, AquaSmart Living is not just an app, it's a catalyst for change. We intend to empower our users and their communities through actionable insights and personalized recommendations. With AquaSmart Living, we can turn the tide on water scarcity right here in Southern California. Join us in making every drop count. This is how we do AquaSmart Living. Thank you.
Thank you. We'd love some questions from the judges.
Thank you so much. That was great. You covered a lot of ground, and I'd love to know what ideally would be your first success. You get some funding, you move forward. What is the first thing that you point to and say, we're super proud of this success in the market?
I think the biggest thing is addressing the gap between current apps. Right now, a lot of apps are community-centric, so they only have access to certain water districts. What we want to do is make our app simple, easy to use, easy to implement, and connect with as many water districts as possible so that we are reaching out to as many people, not just in Southern California, but even all over California, and maybe even expanding to the nation soon. So firstly would be to establish those crucial partnerships with the water districts and really get our app started so that we can impact residential communities.
So I'd love to ask the inverse of that question then. What is your biggest risk or challenge that you see ahead?
Great question. I think the biggest risk would be marketing. There are lots of apps out there that many people might be using. So kind of taking on a new app might be redundant at first. However, because we plan on having these partnerships, we plan on reaching out to local community brands and having those actionable products that they could be implementing instead to reduce water bill, not just to save water and track their water bill. I think by having those strong partnerships, they will be able to advocate for us and we'll be able to reach a lot of customers very soon.
You mentioned a number of examples of devices you might see implemented. Have you done some studies into the market penetration of those to date?
Absolutely. I know we aren't creating products. However, we will be doing research to find products within our communities that will be easy to implement and replace the products that are more commonly used. So common examples of water efficient devices might be dual flush toilets or water leak detectors, but other things we might be looking into include the Combi Save valves, which can save 10 to 15 liters of cold water flow, or aerating shower heads, which mix air and water to save 20 to 30% of water in shower flow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, just so everyone knows, there's 2 more teams to go. Our next team is Hydrotech Solutions. Come on up.
Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Les.
I'm Dalton.
And we are Team Hydrotech Solutions. We are here today because we're scared of the negative impacts of water scarcity. As you've seen, there's a lot of negative impacts. So we are presenting a sustainable solution, beginning with our farmers. We've identified that farm owners using surface irrigation waste about 50% of the water applied. 2 major pain points. 1, investment cost is a big concern. 2, lack of information or education impedes them to switching to a better irrigation system.
Now, with this in mind, currently we sit at 43% of California farmers using surface irrigation, which doesn't sound like the majority, but with all the different irrigation systems, it lies as the majority. This means, as Les said, they're losing 50% of their water, resulting in a 6.5 billion gallon waste and equating to $1.7 billion economic loss in 2021.
Our solution, a simple, low-cost, affordable, smart irrigation system. It's as simple as sense, irrigate, manage, save water. It's as simple as turning this into this. Sense, irrigate, manage, save water. Here's a few of our unfair advantages over others aside from the cost. If Apple has Siri, we have Ava, or Agritech's virtual assistant. She's first in the industry and she's AI powered. Second, we have advanced precision technology. We're combining multi-depth soil moisture sensor with drip system, increasing the efficiency up to 95%. And third, we're collaborative in nature. Our farmers becomes our partners. We become a resource for them to connect them with different experts to strengthen the agricultural community and save water. With that in mind, I'd like to introduce Bill Cloyce. He owns a farm in Escondido. He's a 70-year-old, and he knows the problem. He has the problem. He told us that he used to farm 50 acres, but now it's down to 30 acres. And he's actively seeking for solutions. And the good thing is he's open to new technology. He is a perfect example of our early adopter.
Now, with this in mind, this is the current market size. Globally, based off of 4.62 billion acres, it sits at $6.9 trillion. The service addressable market in the US sits at $87 billion based off of the 58 million acres. And then in California, we have 8.5 million acres sitting at $13 billion. And this is based off the key trends. We are looking at the smart agriculture market due to the adoption of AI, growing to nearly $33 billion by 2027. And this is also due to the rising demand of sustainability and water efficiency inside agriculture. And as you can see from this competitive analysis, we are comparing to the other irrigation systems such as surface and drip, but we have better equipment costs being far less expensive, way more efficient with a 95% efficiency rating compared to the 50 and 75, and then a higher sustainability due to this continuous efficiency rate. Our business model currently, of course, our customers are all farm owners, especially in California. Our costs are research and development to develop our product, the building costs to fulfill that, and then the general admin and sales. Services start with a free tier on our app, which would give them remote access to their system, AVA technology, and trainings. And then tier 1 paid subscription, which would give them data analytics and reports, discounted maintenance on their systems, and personalized consultations. And this would drive our revenue along with the sales of the hardware irrigation system.
Future roadmap, we're going to go to Cabo after this. Actually, no. Step 1, we're going to prototype the system. Step number 2, we're going to develop AVA. Step number 3, we're going to launch a pilot program here in San Diego. Step number 4, we're going to do a lot of further refinement. Our ask, $15,400 only. To close this, innovations like this doesn't happen just because of science and technology. Innovations like this happens because someone is scared for the present and for the future generations. The question is, are you scared? Please help us build a better irrigation tomorrow.
Much. Take it away, Tracy.
Thank you very much. Can you educate me a little bit more on surface irrigation, given that it costs more and they're using 50%, they're using half as 100%, I guess, more water than they need to. Why do they do that? Are they so worried about underwatering that they're overwatering, or are there
Sure.
other factors at play that cause that to be kind of common practice?
Yeah, thank you for that great question. For most of us here probably doesn't know surface irrigation. I'd just like to bring this up really quick. This is surface irrigation here. So basically, this is the most widely used irrigation system here in the United States. And here in California, 43% uses surface irrigation because it's the cheapest one. It's the easiest one. They basically connect just the pumps to where the water source is, and they just let it, the water just flows through the farm, and then the water just sits there. A type of surface irrigation includes basin, border, furrow, and flooding. Most likely you guys are familiar with flooding because that's the most widely used here in the US. And a fun fact, only 10% of the farmers in the United States use a smart irrigation system. And our regulations right now, they're encouraging every government extensions to drive the usage of smart irrigation here.
So continuing with that theme a little bit, I can imagine that these are costly to install and pretty well penetrated within most of the farms that exist today. So what is the rate in which greenfield is really occurring in regards to new farms forming, which is part of your clear market, but also then what is the ROI around getting to a place of ripping out surface irrigation and installing your solution? How long does it take a farmer to get that return?
Thank you so much. So we've talked to Reggie Stevens, who's an expert in building irrigation systems. And as of now, we're all in this research phase and putting it all together in the prototyping. And he said, yes, that's a great idea. And we asked the same questions. We've talked to a couple suppliers, which we can get materials penny for a dollar. Back in the day, these type of sensors, and also with the AI and as well as the Arduino, the controllers, they would be super costly. And that's why not a lot of companies actually target the farmers, because to build this kind of system is super costly. But nowadays we can find something cheaper, and we've lined up some suppliers for that. And I'd like to show something for you. So for most people, they have this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take the clicker. All right. Last but not least, we have one other team. Few extra slides. Okay, Aqua Insight. Here you go.
Hello,
Hi, my name is Gabby,
and my name is Kutsi.
and we are the co-CEOs of Aqua Insight. We are a team of 4 passionate individuals revolutionizing the way we test water and people's accessibility to real-time water data. Now, let me ask you all a question. Raise your hand if you've ever been curious about your water quality. Well, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 2.2 million people die around the world annually from contaminated water, not just in distant parts of the world, but even in your own home. This could be a tourist traveling to a 5-star resort with contaminated water, or even your own child drinking out of a school water fountain. In fact, 7.4 million Americans contract a waterborne illness every year. Let's take a look at the 2 graphs on the screen. On the left, we can visualize the different kinds of contaminants that cause death from water-related diseases. On the right is an audit in 2022 that revealed that 1 million Californians are currently facing long-term health issues from contaminated water. Our mission is to ensure that every drop of water you consume is safe.
Going off of what Gabby just said, there's 2 billion people in the world that lack safe drinking water. Out of those 2 billion people, 46 million of them reside within the United States, and our target market is the 8.6 million people that are living within the West Coast, California, who are and are not limited to tourists, families with children, and schools. Now I'll pass it on to Gabby to talk about why our product is simply unique.
Thank you, Kutsi. Taking a look at our competitive analysis, we have 2 main competitors, TapScore and Home Forest. TapScore does offer a vast amount of data. However, it does take more than 2 weeks sometimes to get your results, which could end up leading to more health issues. Home Forest is quick and easy to use, but it doesn't provide you all the water quality information you need to know. Aqua Insight is unique. We offer everything, rapid data, full data, and an easy to navigate AI interface, which Kutsi will now talk about with our product parts.
I will be touching upon the heart of our solution, our product. How does our product work? Our product works with 3 simple steps. Step number 1, you simply place the device within the water body that you would like to test. Step number 2, you receive the quality of your water. And step number 3, you get to exchange features within our app. And what kind of features does our app have? It has an AI chatbot that you get to interact with. It not only gives you the data through a form of a graph from the first time that you've tested it up until now, but it also gives you different recommendations. It gives you the different contaminants within your water, and it also gives you the filter recommendations based off of your water quality needs. And let's not forget about the community feature that we've added into it. As we grow and our data grows, we notice that we get to share that data with you. So you get to see what your neighborhood's water quality looks like. And we are using already existing technology with the help of our AI, not only find the contaminants, but find more contaminants.
Let's take a look at our financial model. Aqua Insight doesn't just want to deliver on quality, but also cost efficiency. Our service offers a water quality monitor paired with a subscription-based app. Priced at just $40 for the water quality monitor and $3.99 a month for the app, we wanted to make sure Aqua Insight was affordable for most people. Our value proposition lies in the ability to deliver instant, accurate, and live water quality results. Our business model focuses on affordability through a direct sales approach, fostering the community engagement within our app with ongoing updates and support. After hours of research with hydrologists and chemical engineers, we've concluded that our main partners will be researchers, investors, manufacturers, and engineers. And lastly, with your help of winning this competition, we will enter the ZIP Launchpad and expand our team and use our money to invest in the functionality and design of our prototypes to eventually file a patent and launch our company.
Join us as we revolutionize the water testing industry. Our mission is to make clean water a standard and not a luxury. Clear results, clean water. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, judges.
Thank you for the presentation. I wasn't too clear on what a consumer of your product would do once they find out that they don't like the water quality that they have in their home?
Amazing question. So towards the end of our AI chatbot, we always ask you the question, would you like to know what filters you can use based off of the contaminants that are within your water? So we recommend the different filters that you can use to make your water quality better. That's what the consumer can do.
It also provides a list of contaminants and a graph of when you first tested your water to when you last tested your water. So basically, we offer a vast amount of data, and you can ask the chatbot any questions because we inputted our own code. So it has a lot of data in there.
Are you testing for biological contaminants as well as chemical, metal contaminants?
Yeah, we're testing for both organic and inorganic chemicals. So anything from E. coli to lead to even the waste coming out of your shower. So it'll be able to detect all of
Can
that.
you give us a hint at what kind of technology you're using to do that?
Yeah, so there's actually quite a lot of sensors. I don't know if anyone has heard of W2 sensors, but basically it's able to detect dissolved oxygen, pH levels, and a bunch of contaminants. So we'll be using kind of like a collaboration of multiple sensors to create our own because the technology already exists. So our AI is what translates that data and creates our personalized results.
And just to add on to that, after detecting those contaminants, we also, let's say there's one contaminant and two contaminants, and since we detected those two, we get to hypothesize with our AI that there are other contaminants as well.
Thank you. Can you just clarify like the primary use case? Because you are talking about residents, which I totally get. But then you also said tourists. So it kind of made me think you were talking about people testing water, like I'm about to drink this water, like, is it safe? Which seems very different because I'm not going to put a filter on that, like I'm either going to drink it or not. Like I'm just trying to figure out where do you start? Who's using this?
Of course. So our target audience is mainly tourists and families with children. Families with children will get recommended the filter recommendations, and tourists will get to see what the water quality is, and they will decide whether they want to drink the water or whether they should buy tap water.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that was. All right, that was all 9. Let's have a huge round of applause. Okay, somehow we are ahead of time. And so the judges actually will get 30 minutes to deliberate. So with that, I'd like to ask the judges to rise and go with Erica. Is this working? Working, right? Okay. Did someone kidnap the clicker? No. Jen, the microphones are over here if you want to come get them. Okay, thanks for bringing up the lights. So the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to start the audience vote. So is everything is set? So if anyone needs help, the clock's going to start. You have 2 minutes. If anyone needs instructions, if they're less familiar on how to use the QR code, we have written instructions and we can pass those out. Raise your hand if you need assistance. And we ask that nobody online votes. The voting is limited to those that have come in person. So no voting from the online audience. Thank you. And we're looking for all of you to go into the app, to the QR code, and select the team that you think did the best. And they are in the order in which they presented. Any questions? Raise your hand. Yes. They are in order? They're not in order? Well, that's not fun. Can we put them into order? Sorry about that. Does anyone need clarification on what a particular team was doing? Yes? Okay, so I can't go all the way back though. That's gonna be tough. Actually, that's gonna be, they're in order. They are in order. Okay, they say they're not. You have to refresh the page. We'll extend this an extra minute. So refresh the page and they're in order now. Okay, let's give them another minute. How long? Okay. Any further questions? Anyone need assistance? 30 seconds left. Okay, that's it. We're going to seal that vote and we'll be announcing it when we do the award presentations. So now on to the entertainment portion of the program while we wait for the judges to deliberate. So I mentioned that I serve as the Executive Director of Entrepreneurship Initiatives at SDSU. And I want to talk about 3 of those initiatives and share the opportunity to get involved. So starting with the Zip Launchpad, that's our incubator. Students, faculty, and staff, as well as researchers from across SDSU start with an early stage idea and work towards launching a startup. We've helped over 500 unique ideas. We've launched just short of 40 companies, and those companies have raised $41 million and counting. Applying is easy. You start with a problem that you're passionate about solving. You saw 9 incredible problems and entrepreneurs that were passionate about solving it. Just like those entrepreneurs on the stage, you can come from any place on the campus. I'm an electrical engineer who got into entrepreneurship, and I've never studied business, but I study it every day, and I studied it while doing it and having the ups and downs of working in startups as well as starting my own startup. So our application is open. We close on May 30th. We run this summer virtually. The rest of the time we run in person, but in summer we do run virtually. Go onto our website, use the office hours to get questions answered. The next program that I want to talk about is the entrepreneurship program. Big change this year. We're accepting applications for next year. And for first time, we're accepting applications all the way from freshmen to graduate school, to graduate students from anywhere on the campus. If accepted, you'll participate in a 1-hour program every week that introduces you to entrepreneurship mindset through very hands-on practical learning around trends in our startup communities, as well as pairs you up with a mentor that's going to help you with career guidance. It's an exceptional experience that can complement anything that you're doing here on campus and studying. That application closes June 15th. Jen Patel can answer questions, and you can also go to the website and reach out to her to have any questions answered regarding whether this program is right for you. And finally, for every single person here in the audience, SDSU is proud to go into the 2nd year of Techstars San Diego powered by SDSU. Techstars is a world-class, world accelerator program with programs in 50 different programs all over the world. And we're proud here at SDSU to offer our SDSU Techstars San Diego powered by SDSU. And our application is open to everyone. You don't have to have any association with SDSU. You can come from anywhere around the world. If accepted, and last year we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of applications. 12 companies were selected to come incubate here on the SDSU campus. Those 12 companies came from all over the world. We had some of the founders homegrown here in San Diego, founders from San Francisco, Boston, Ukraine, you name it, New Mexico, came here to be part of our ecosystem. So please help us spread the word. That application closes on May 22nd. All right. So the Zip Launchpad, as I've mentioned, is our incubator. Students, faculty, staff, researchers start from an early stage problem all the way to launching. So our teams are in 3 different phases. Problem phase, which we call E-Track. In flight, which is where they're testing their solutions before they build it. And launch phase, where they're building their company and building their product or service. So what we're going to do is a fun quick pitch. And for each phase, through a competitive process, we have 3 teams coming up. And for each team, you're going to have the opportunity to do an audience vote and pick the one you like best. So we'll take this one by one. So E-Track, this is the first phase. They're not going to talk about the solution because they haven't gotten there yet. They're going to talk about the problem that they're solving, and they've got a minute to do that. So with that, I'm going to bring up the 3 teams. They started the program in January when school kicked off, and they are ready to go. Each one is going to announce your team name. Step forward, we'll start the clock, and we'll clap at the end of the minute. Each one is going to present, and then we're going to pull up the audience vote, and then we're going to issue the award. Thank you.
Picture this. You just graduated college and you have your first day at your corporate job in 2 days. But then you realize you don't have anything to wear. So you rush to your car and head to the mall in hopes of finding the perfect outfit that will help you stand out. You go to countless stores, only to be disappointed by the high prices and outdated styles. I mean, look at this plain black blazer and these unfitting slacks from Calvin Klein. Boring. You're not the only one struggling. Many young adults face the challenge of finding trendy and affordable professional wear. In fact, 74% of Gen Zers say they feel anxious in choosing what to wear for work on a daily basis, which can hinder things like their confidence and performance on the job. In this modern work culture, there is a clear need for trendy and accessible professional wear that can meet the demands and preferences of young adults. Hi, my name's Yara, and I'm the founder of Potion, and I'm on a mission to help young adults shine professionally while staying in style. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kanna Chida, founder of Musubi. From holiday sales, accounting 23% of their annual revenue in just 35 days. This means for 330 days, their sales dropped by 64%. The core issue is the struggle to forecast and adapt to fluctuating customer demand, leading to inventory management challenges. Flower shop discard a third of their flowers due to overstocking daily, resulting in significant waste and impacting sustainability efforts. This leads to financial strain, with 20% of flower shop closing down every single year. I witnessed these challenges firsthand. My dad closed one of his flower shop due to unsustainable practices and went without pay for 3 months straight to keep his business afloat. That's why I founded Musubi. We're not just offering solutions, we are offering hope. Hope for them to reduce waste, increase profitability, and thrive all year round. Thank you.
According to the National Institution of Health, 1.2 million feeding tubes are used and discarded annually. Of these, percent will have complications and fail. This means not only discomfort for patients, but wasted time for nursing staff and extra costly expenses to the hospital. My mom is a nurse,
And one afternoon, she came to me with a problem that she found so frustrating. And that was the fact that more and more nurses were struggling to tape up and pin these feeding tubes to patients. She said if not done correctly, they could kink, slip, or fall, causing poor ventilation, leakage, and reinsertion. To her, this was a tedious everyday task that had not changed since this tube was invented. But to me, this was a problem that definitely had a solution. My name is Claudia Campbell, and I'm dedicated to solving this seemingly simple problem that could have a major impact on millions of people's lives. Thank you.
Excellent job, everyone. Wow. Okay, so now you're going to use the QR code again. New QR code. And we'll set the timer to a minute, and you can do your audience vote. Dun, 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 dun. Cameron is going to be presenting it. Cameron Brock is our new Idea Labs manager. So new member of our staff, and he'll be presenting the awards.
Yeah. Okay, and the winner for the E-Track Quick Pitch is Claudia Campbell. Very good. So let's get a picture of all the contestants here. All right, great job. Thank you.
Next is the teams in the middle. They're working on rapidly testing their solution before they build the company and build their product and service. So with that, if the 3 in-flight teams can come on up.
Okay. Is the timer good? All right. Did you know that by 2050, scientists predict that there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish? Let me repeat that. There will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Isn't that crazy? And I didn't just Google this. I saw this firsthand. While on deployment in the Navy, my ship traveled through a sea of plastic. It was disgusting, but it inspired me to do something about it. In my research, I found that fast food restaurants are the leading contributors to single-use plastic waste. 400 million tons per year. That's literally the weight of the entire human population. So what do? Seaweed and hemp-based plastics. Both components are not only 100% biodegradable, but when you grow them, they remove toxins from the air, water, and soil. My name is Nessa with Healy Green Solutions, and this is our planet. This is our home. Let's offer restaurant owners a better alternative to single-use plastics. Thank you.
Real estate agents. Let's just say they're lazy, but I think we're all lazy. I'm lazy, and I can almost guarantee that you have also been lazy at some point. So we've all been there. we've had that moment when we wish we could get things done in an easier way. What if I could tell you that we figured out a solution for real estate agents to still be lazy, but get their job done? Introducing Elevate AI, where you simply select the features of a home, you hit generate, and you get exactly what you need. A perfect property listing description ready to be solved. No time wasted, and you can be lazy. Thank you.
Lines. Lines, 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 lines. We have all waited in line at some point in our lives. It is a frustration as old as time. A frustration that is typically present within the nightlife industry, where long lines and long wait times constantly exist at popular establishments like bars and clubs. If you are someone who's going out on the weekends to hang out with your friends, to enjoy yourself, your time is valuable. The last thing that you want to be doing is standing in line, which is why here at Streamline, we aim to solve the issue. That is the inability to anticipate these lines by allowing customers to see live stream video footage, displaying the status of the line directly on their mobile device, empowering them to make informed decisions prior to departure. By providing this service, the Streamline platform will inevitably generate valuable marketing opportunities and customer behavior insights for the venues themselves, while simultaneously addressing the pain points that are time and uncertainty for the end users. My name is Davis Keller. Please join me in streamlining your nightlife experience.
Okay, $750 on the line. Go on to this QR code and let us know which one did best.
Get those votes in. 30 seconds remaining. Okay, drum roll, please. The winner of the in-flight quick pitch competition is Pellegrine Solutions. Then with everyone. Just everyone. And then we're all friends here. We all...
Okay, just to give you some idea, we have about 15 teams working in phase one, what we call E-Track. We have another 15 that are working in 15 or so that are working in flight. And then right now we currently have 6 teams that are in launch phase. And these 3 are the ones that won the competitive competition to get them to where they are now on the stage. So with that, and start in the order of.
Perfect. Just before we begin, my name is Drew and I'm with It's Personal. All right, so imagine this. It's 2017. You're about to go on your favorite family vacation. And your mother, of course, after you get off the airplane, has to use the bathroom naturally. She comes in, she comes out, she has the look of dread on her face. She exclaims to you, and she opened the door, it smelled super bad, off-putting right away. She opens the stall. It's a really big issue when there's no toilet paper whatsoever. There's also no toilet seat cover. This forced for her to hover. She had to hover over that toilet seat. That's something I've never experienced before. Worse yet, of course, you have to wash your hands. And it's a real gripe when there's nothing but running water in that bathroom as well. My name is Drew Thomas. I'm accompanied today with my brother, Luke Thomas. And together we created It's Personal to make sure that our mom could go to the bathroom wherever she wanted to without those issues. We have an issue tissue, a hover cover, and a gripe wipe available for all your needs. Find us on social media at its-personal.co or on our website, www.its-personal.co. Thank you very much.
Great stuff. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Go Drew. My name's Peter. I'm the CTO of HubLink, where we are working on a problem, a pain that affects absolutely everybody. But for some reason, nobody's looking at it. And that problem is how you manage and change your personal information with all the vendors that you interface with, that you have services from. No matter how many times you practice, it happens. HubLink is a password manager. It presents as a password manager. Only not only do you put your passwords into it, for each one of your vendors, you also put the address and your contact information for each one of those vendors so that you are able to, when you give HubLink your password, it is able to log in for you and change it automatically. It takes what can take people hours or weeks and turns it into minutes of effort. For businesses, it's a subscription service that allows them to
Thank
reduce
you, Hublink.
errors
That's your
and costs.
minute. Sorry, we have to cut you off. Keep it fair. Great job.
Hello, I'm a skateboarder and I want to film a trick I've been thinking about for a while. I don't have anyone to film, so I'm just going to go ahead and prop my phone up, hit play. Couple attempts, I don't land it, so I got to go back to my phone, press pause, press play. Couple more attempts, I still didn't land it. I got to go back to my phone. This is a huge catch-22 in the skateboarding community, where the option is either skate and miss the moment or capture the ride and kill the vibe. SkateMate is an early startup formation, and we are in the process of developing a mobile application that would automate this tedious pause-play dynamic. It is our belief that with SkateMate, skateboarders can skate and capture the vibe. Thank you.
Okay. $1,000 up for grabs. Unique QR code. Go ahead, and this is the last vote for audience participation.
Thirty seconds remaining. Get those votes in.
For the students that are here from SDSU that are participating in the passport program, don't forget to get your QR code scanned on the way out to show your participation at this event. Thank you.
Can I get a drum roll for $1,000? Group together, guys. The winner is It's Personal.
Right. And just for everybody's knowledge, this is going towards our first production line that we commissioned yesterday for our packaging. So this is going to help us along. Yeah. Like group photo. I'm going to come in like you on each other.
Products will be available for sale at the reception. All the quick pitches. Everyone did a great job. Really appreciate it. So we are just minutes away from the judges coming back, and we'll wait until the judges come back to continue the program. If anyone needs to take a quick restroom break, now would be the time. But we'll be coming back in a few minutes. Is this working? Ah, we got it, we got it, we got it. All right. And then tell her to bring out the judges. All right. So we know that we have Chinyeh to thank for supporting and sponsoring this challenge and making it possible. But there's two people on this campus that championed it. One is Hala Madanat, who is the Vice President of Research and Innovation. And the other is the Dean of our Fowler College of Business, Dan Mashavi. And I'd like to welcome Dan up to say a few words about Chinyeh.
Before I do that, can we get one more round of applause for our incredible presenters today? So I'm here to thank Chinyeh Hostler for her support, for her vision in making this event come together. Little bit about Chinyeh, and you'll hear from her a little bit later when we pass out the awards. She was born and raised in Taiwan and moved to the US to pursue higher education. She chose a fabulous university in San Diego State and wound up working for large financial corporations before deciding to be an entrepreneur and starting her own import and export company. You can also say that Chinyeh is a globetrotter. She has been to more than 154 countries, and there's still more on the list. Her distinguished husband, the late Ambassador Charles Hostler, endowed San Diego State's Institute on World Affairs in 2004 and named Charles Hostler Hall in 2014. We thank Chinyeh for carrying on his legacy of generosity that has fostered so much healthy discourse at San Diego State University and beyond. We're also grateful that Chinyeh has decided to establish her own legacy at San Diego State, the Chinyeh Hostler Social Venture Challenge. Please join me in a huge round of applause for Chinyeh Hostler. And now on to the awards.
We're going to bring Chinyeh up when we announce the grand prize. That's when we're going to see and hear from her. All right. So now I have the pleasure of calling up the different judges. And again, big round of applause to thank the judges for the work today. So presenting most innovative solution, let's welcome Tracy up. Oh. Okay. Stick around.
I have the honor of doing the award for best presentation. And the $2,000 award for best presentation is going to AgroSpike. And I'm not irrigated about that at all.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
All right, let's try that again. Let's have Kathy come up and do the award that she's presenting.
Well, I enjoyed all of the presentations. It is my honor to present the most innovative solution, and it goes to ChloroBoost. Congratulations.
All right, time to hear how the audience voted. So Erica's going to come up and let us know.
All right, audience vote. Y'all voted. You got to decide. The winner is AgroSpike.
Carl, come on up. Let's see what you got.
Thank you, Kathy. This is the Chinyeh Hostler Social Venture Challenge, so I am pleased to be able to provide the $3,000 award for the greatest social impact to, wait for it, High Tide AI. Surf's up, dude.
All right. We're getting into third, second, and then first. So let's start with third place. And we have Larry coming up.
So for third place, don't go anywhere, guys. Get back up here. High Tide AI. $5,000, buddy. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Well done. Two.
Okay, second place, Josh, come on up. We're waiting to hear who's winning.
Thank you, thank you, and thank you to everybody today. I appreciate being able to be in attendance, and I just want you all to know, like, what you guys did today is truly admirable. And I was definitely not doing that as a college student, and so congratulations for being brave enough to even come up here. All right. So with that said, I get to announce second place, and the second place award goes to Chloro Boost. Come on back up here.
Okay, I have the greatest honor and pleasure to bring Chinyeh Hostler up to the stage.
Good afternoon. Before I present the grand prize, I would like to say a few words. First, I want to thank Dr. Dan Mushavi, Dean of College of Business, for his leadership and vision to invite 4 other campuses to compete. And also, I would like to thank Kathy Poocher and her team for their hard work putting this event together. I'm delighted to be here to witness 9 remarkable business ideas for the first 5 university competition. For how they're formed, developed, and demonstrated. I was an entrepreneur myself, and I know how challenging each stage of creating a business can be. I admire each one of the finalists because you started with a desire and you showed determination, and finally perseverance brought you here. In my opinion, everyone who made it here today is a winner. I'm so encouraged to see all of you working hard to identify and create practical solutions for not only smart business, but also for our social good. Your university is proud of you and is here for you. So remember to share your success with your alma mater after you graduate. Share with them which will help bolster other young, brilliant minds just like yourselves. Now the grand prize winning team is, yeah, I feel like an Oscar presenter. Agro Spike from San Diego State. Let me give you this.
Woo! Nice job. All right. Congratulations to everyone that competed. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to my staff for all their help making this happen. Thank you to Dan and the judges. Really appreciate what it took to get here, and was so special having the other campuses here and being able to spend this time with you. And we want to spend more time with you. So come on over to the reception. There are people directing you in signs. It is across, well, you'll see the signs and you'll find it. So here are the directions if you want to take a picture, but there is going to be signage helping you to get there. It's a great way to talk to the teams, get to know some new people. And that is it. Thank you everyone so much.